Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, we'll return to Stonington, where locals are struggling to make repairs following the recent storms. Plus, we'll also have the latest on the fight to save a historic air hangar in Aroostook County. And it looks like the Hamden Mail Processing Facility will remain open after all. We'll have that story as well. Good morning, everyone. I'm Craig Colson. Emma Smith is off today. We thank you for joining us. All the day's news coming up, but first a check of the forecast, and it looks like the calm after the storm today, a nice day ahead, which will give everybody a chance to dig out following yesterday's storm. If you're heading out, you'll want to take it easy on the roads because they're still pretty slippery out there. Let's turn things over to Devin Biggs to see what we can expect today.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Need the proper fit for your new winter footwear? Visit us across from Irving and Newport. As we get into things this morning, there's one advisory to talk about here. This right here is a small credit advisory that is posted until about 4 p.m. on Thursday. Some active surf along the coast will be possible as an area low pressure begins to move away from us. But otherwise, though, the radar and satellite has quieted down after the snowfall we saw recently. There's the last few frames of that right there. So for now, we're quieting down, and we'll see a good amount of sunshine across the region today as things begin to calm down. Zooming things out, though, look what's behind the system here that's tracking off towards these. A whole lot of nothing. So that means things will be calm today and the next several days moving forward. Futurecast for today showing a lot of sunshine today. Maybe a few passing clouds. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky tonight, and a lot of sunshine on the way as we head towards Thursday morning as well. So a little breezy out there from time to time. Some sustained winds reaching up to around 15 miles per hour. Gusty winds up to 25 miles per hour. Also possible today and also through tomorrow as well. So for today, though, here's what we're looking at. Middle 20s, mostly sunny and breezy out there. Northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 10 degrees, becoming partly cloudy, and that west wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, middle 20s, partly cloudy and breezy again, and that west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. That hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing a lot of sunshine, maybe a few clouds from time to time. Temperatures in the 20s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Devin. Governor Mills has requested a major disaster declaration from the federal government. It will help the 10 counties impacted by the devastating storms and flooding back in December. Rain began falling on western Maine on December 17th and brought damaging storm conditions to a good portion of the state. 4 people died, and flooding along with power outages were widespread. Governor Mills is also seeking individual assistance for people in Androscoggin, Franklin, Kennebec, Oxford, and Somerset counties. A FEMA assessment conducted earlier this month showed that those counties qualified for individual assistance. This request comes as MEMA is still evaluating damage from the last 2 storms last week that battered the coastline. If it turns out the damage from those storms exceeds Maine's ability to recover, Mills says she'll request another disaster declaration from the federal government. Meanwhile, coastal communities are scrambling to navigate their losses after being slammed by the series of recent storms. Our Grace Blanchard gives us a glimpse at how the town of Stonington is trying to move forward.
Absolutely devastating, the amount of damage that we got, and along with many other communities too.
Like many coastal communities, the town of Stonington was jolted by the recent wind and rainstorms.
The damage of it, just docks and floats and everything just lifted right up and folded up like accordion. And it's going to cost millions of dollars to fix this, along with the coastal erosion problems that came out of this. Some of the shoreline was really compromised.
The commissioner of the Department of Marine Resources discussed the damage he's witnessed across the coast in a webinar on Tuesday, as safety officials are shifting into disaster recovery mode.
I mean, this is really new territory for DMR, right? Because we're seeing it at such a scale as it pertains to working waterfront.
Stonington's town manager says it's not just about repairing the damages, but also finding a means to prepare for any future storms of this magnitude.
Going to need help and help from the community, and we're just trying to do our best to, meet what needs that we can and work with others to, help facilitate, moving forward.
Officials are continuing to stress the importance of reporting any damages sustained from the storms. Helpful links can be found on our website, foxbangor.com.
Going to just keep plugging at it because we don't have any other choice. So.
In Stonington, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
With the floodwaters now gone, homeowners all along the coast are cleaning up and making repairs from Saturday's record high tide. For some, it means a brand new foundation. For others, new appliances for their home. Brad Rogers shows us what homeowners are now dealing with in places like Camp Ellis.
Homes along the coast here in Camp Ellis were no match for the storm surge and record high tide on Saturday and the flooding that came with it. Joe Desiato's home is about 30 yards from the ocean, but at Saturday's record high tide, the sea came right in his house. 2 feet of salt water flooded appliances in his first floor garage and shorted out his water heater, all of which must now be replaced.
Water heater, some siding, a garage door track, washer and dryer, you know, the normal stuff. The electricity got shorted out because the water got high enough for one of the plugs.
The second that you've got water that's mixing with that electricity, it's dangerous.
I actually could feel a little bit of a tingle too in my hand when I went to plug that in.
Plumbing contractor Heather LeMay was at Joe's house repairing what she could. She says salt water caused the electricity to arc on some appliances.
It shorted out their 40-gallon electric tank here. A couple elements blew, the outlet blew. So yeah, we've got some stuff that we need to come in and kind of just inspect and make sure that they're functioning right. We'll change out the tank and recommend an electrician to take a look at their panel just to make sure that everything is going to be safe.
She says it's equally important to have your oil and propane tanks inspected after a flood to make sure the connections are good and nothing is leaking. Maine DEP will inspect your oil system free of charge.
Our problems are minimal compared to most people, including my neighbor whose foundation got washed out.
How busy have you guys been?
We've got an emergency list now with probably at least 15 people on it, and we have scheduled calls throughout the day.
Yep. See that yellow?
All we can do is take it one day at a time, one job at a time, I should say.
So it's on to the next job for this and other contractors who right now are putting in long hours to try to help as many flooded homeowners as they can.
And that was Brad Rogers reporting. In other news this morning, a building in Dover-Foxcroft was damaged by fire last night. Crews were called to the building on North Street after someone reported smoke filling the building. Firefighters discovered a fire was burning in the attic and knocked it down quickly. Dover fire officials say quick action by the homeowner helped minimize the damage because that person investigated and then called 911 immediately. Fire crews battled frigid temperatures as they fought an early morning fire yesterday in Chester that destroyed a home there. We have some video now. According to Lincoln Fire Department, a tow went out around 3 o'clock yesterday morning for a building fire on the South Chester Road. Lincoln Fire Captain Jake Hammond says shortly after units arrived on the scene, a third alarm was sent out to request backup.
It's kind of a remote location out here, so we needed some extra tankers. Some extra manpower, guys getting cold, froze up, the equipment's getting froze up, so not necessarily a huge fire, just looking to rotate resources and people.
Hammond says everyone was able to make it out of the building safely, and the fire does not seem to be suspicious at this time. At last report, they were still trying to figure out what started that fire in Chester. Well, a former Arizona man is being sentenced now for stealing Mainers' identities as part of a pandemic unemployment fraud scheme. 55-year-old James McAuliffe will spend 5 years in jail, followed by 3 years of supervised release. He was also ordered to pay more than $203,000 in restitution. He pleaded guilty in August of last year. According to court records, McAuliffe filed false claims for unemployment benefits from January to November of 2020. He filed the fraudulent applications using Mainers' identities as part of a scheme that he had the benefits loaded onto debit cards and then wired into an account that he opened in another person's name. He then withdrew those funds at ATM machines down in Arizona. Police say a traffic stop led officers to a large amount of drugs and cash. The Kennebec County Sheriff's Office says deputies stopped a Grand Wagoneer on Main Avenue in Farmingdale back on January 12th. When they looked inside the vehicle, they say they found 6.5 pounds of cocaine, more than 6 ounces of suspected fentanyl, and 14 grams of methamphetamine. They also found over 23 grand in cash. 29-year-old David Maldonado from New York is now charged with 2 counts of aggravated trafficking in cocaine and violation of conditional release. 58-year-old Gene Northup of Maine is now being charged with unlawful trafficking in methamphetamine and unlawful possession of cocaine, both men being held at the Kennebec County Jail. The battle has begun over ownership of a historic aircraft hangar up in Aroostook County. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bichard explains.
The arch hangar at the former Loring Air Force Base was built in 1947 and is one of only 2 of its kind. A bill sponsored by Senate President Troy Jackson is seeking to transfer ownership of the hangar from the Loring Development Authority, a state-funded organization, to the Loring Air Museum.
As long as I've been in this job as a state representative, state senator, I've heard that somebody was going to use it and they were going to create more business. But now we're in a position where if we wait much longer, the building is going to be not able to be repaired.
According to Matt Cole, the vice president of the Loring Air Museum, in recent years, the rubber roof has started to peel in spots, exposing the structure to water damage that threatens the integrity of the entire structure.
We are the quickest fix for this historic, very historic structure.
Cole hopes to acquire the hangar to help expand the museum to include static display of aircraft such as fighter jets, a KC-135, and a B-52. Last year, there was a renewed push to revitalize the former Air Force Base that closed in 1994. A for-profit development corporation called Green for Maine has attracted businesses to Loring and helped develop what they call the Airport Master Plan.
The Airport Master Plan got its funding from the Department of Defense. The Airport Master Plan was there to really start to push that property back into use, to make it a public terminal, predominantly for autonomous aircraft.
Scott Hinkle, the president of Green for Maine, says the arch hangar is a vital part of that plan and still has much use for commercial aircraft.
The detriment would be, it's really to the people in Aroostook County. They would feel the impact because right now we have the opportunity to get new industry, main spaceport industry up there, aircraft industry, autonomous aircraft industry.
A modern rocketry company wanting to come to Loring is going to want modern heated hangar space, not a 75-year-old building that you can't heat with 100 furnaces.
The bill will now have a work session before making its way for a final vote of the legislature. If the bill passes, the arch hangar wouldn't be transferred to the museum until at least October of this year. At the State House, I'm Cora Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Legislative Republicans say fixing Maine's mental health crisis will be one of their priorities during the upcoming legislative session. At a press briefing held yesterday, Republicans shared what they call alarming results of mental health surveys from Maine schools, in which more than 20% of all middle school-age children said that they had thoughts of suicide. Additionally, more than 35% of high school children surveyed say they felt sad, lonely, or depressed.
The fact is, folks, the longer people wait for services, the underlying issues grow deeper and more complex. So what can we do? We feel we need to expand our school-based community health centers, similar to what Old Town is doing, moving that care to where it's needed, such as the more rural areas of the state.
Republicans added they currently have 3 bills addressing youth mental health this legislative session, including one that would require all school ID cards printed in Maine to include the mental health hotline number, which is 988. Well, firefighters face dangers every time they head out to put out a fire, but away from the flames, their jobs also pose other hidden health risks.
Cancer is definitely an unseen danger that firefighters face on a daily basis. It's not the big fires and stuff that you've seen in the old days. Those are the real physical dangers. The unseen dangers are all the chemicals that are used in production of household textiles and everything that's used in our homes today.
Learn more about just how dangerous those toxins can be. According to numbers from the Portland Firefighters Union, from 2002 until 2019, 66% of line-of-duty deaths were due to occupational cancer. Now, Firefighter Cancer Awareness Month is aiming to teach more people about the issues and what is being done to prevent them in the first place. This includes first responders setting up different zones while staging at a fire scene, all in an effort to find out more about the chemicals they're breathing in, as well as things like gear washers. And at the Portland Fire Department, they have a special directive called Shower Within the Hour, which aims to get the contaminations off the bodies of those firefighters as quickly as possible. All right, the time now, 8:14. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, the latest on the Hamden Mail Processing Facility, and we'll also meet a teenager from Winslow whose musical talents are getting recognized all around the nation. But first, another check of that forecast. A mostly sunny day ahead today with highs near 25 degrees. It will be breezy out there. Partly cloudy overnight with lows dropping down to around 10. Tomorrow, a partly cloudy day, also breezy with highs near 24.
Maine Commercial Solar offers a variety of services including solar systems design, sales, maintenance, and installation. Maine Commercial Solar can help you with existing or new systems. We offer packages for installation by others, or we can help you build your own solar array, smaller residential or anything in between. Maine Commercial Solar is currently hiring in Herman for multiple positions. We offer competitive pay, a 3% IRA match, vacation, holiday time, and a family-oriented environment. If interested, please call Jason at 848-7486.
Fishing trip hit a snag. Won't stop us. In a Nissan SUV, adventure begins where the road ends.
Drive a Nissan SUV. Now get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months or get a low $329 per month lease on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
There's some things that work better together, like your workplace benefits and retirement savings. Voya helps you choose the right amounts without over or under investing across all your benefits and savings options, so you can feel confident in your financial choices.
They really know how to put two and two together. Voya, well planned, well invested, well protected.
Harvey High is now in session. Today's subjects: biology.
Name an animal with the long neck.
Dinosaur, long neck, yeah.
Let me ask you something. When the last time you seen one?
Anatomy.
Name a part of Steve Harvey that a woman might want to kiss.
Your six-pack.
The six-pack? Does she know who Steve Harvey is? You got to dig for it, but it's in there.
Get schooled with Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
Welcome back, everyone. New information is being revealed regarding the Eastern Maine Processing and Distribution Center in Hamden after recent concerns that the facility could be consolidated. Our Doug Banks has the latest.
The United States Postal Service launched a mail processing facility review of Hamden's Eastern Maine Processing and Distribution Center in December. On Tuesday, officials for USPS released some of the preliminary highlights of their review. They state the Hamden facility will, quote, remain open and will be modernized, also stating it's a critical node to the unified movement of mail. However, the review also suggests transferring some mail processing operations to southern Maine, referring to a facility in Scarborough. Furthermore, they state the Hamden facility will be repositioned as a local processing center. Senator Susan Collins has urged USPS to reject similar proposals for over a decade, and in November sent a letter to Postmaster General Louis DeJoy when the facility review was announced. In part of a statement sent to TV7 News on Tuesday, the office of Senator Susan Collins says they welcome the Postal Service's confirmation that the plant remains a vital part of USPS's network, but remains concerned about the potential delays to the region's outgoing mail, specifically for Mainers who receive medication through the mail. USPS says no official decision has been made at this time as the review remains ongoing. To read Senator Collins' full statement, visit our website, foxbangor.com. Public input will be considered as part of the review, and an open to the public meeting will be held on Friday, February 2nd at Jeff's Catering and Event Center in Brewer at 4 p.m. In Brewer, Doug Banks for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Hudson University's Waldie Communications Center has fully reopened after it was damaged by a water main break back in October. The building serves as the home of New England School of Communications, also known as NESCOM. The reopening comes at a perfect time, as yesterday marked the start of the spring semester.
The students have been in here already today, as you can see, walking around getting classes up and rolling.
There are some final minor repairs scheduled to be completed coming up this summer. And the Central Aroostook Humane Society is doing what they can following animal seizures that have pushed them beyond capacity. Our Matthew Jaronczyk has the story.
So we're just kind of going with the flow, trying to keep our head above water and, do the absolute best, get them fixed and back into homes.
The organization has had taken 50 animals just this week alone. 8 pit bulls were brought to the shelter last Monday, followed by 39 cats on Friday.
We've really had to move our building around a little bit. We've got a mom and puppies in one of our cat rooms even, because they needed a bigger space.
But what's even more heartbreaking were the conditions the animals were found. The dogs were rescued after Fort Fairfield police searched a house that had what Hallett called, quote, deplorable conditions.
All of the pit bulls that we got in, right down to just a 8 to 10 week old puppy, has puncture holes all over its head. All of the dogs that we did get in are just covered with bite wounds.
She says 12 dogs were initially found, but 4 did not make it. The cats, on the other hand, came from a residence in Easton where tenants were being evicted. The influx of animals has sparked an outpouring support for the shelter, something Hallett was blown away by.
Our conference room has now got, nothing but cat food, dog food, litter, bedding, bleach, laundry soap, you name it, they have brought it to us. There are no words to explain just how grateful we are.
Anyone interested in helping out can access the shelter's website and donate money through PayPal. We will have the link on our website. Matthew Juronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, meanwhile, a teenager from Winslow is making quite a name for herself in the music industry. Bella Loubier released her first song on Spotify, iTunes, and Apple Music last year, and now she's got a new song coming out this month. As Jody Hersey tells us, Loubier may only be 15 years old, but her talent really knows no bounds.
15-year-old Bella Loubier has music running through her veins. This high school freshman not only plays guitar and piano, she also writes her own music, something she began doing at the tender age of 9.
And I have like 8 journals that are like filled to the brim of like scratches of songs that are like 2 lines of like something completely random that I'll like circle back around to 2 weeks later and be like, hey, this could be a chorus.
This rising musician released her first song called Envy the Birds at Bella Ann Music and on other streaming platforms back in November, thanks to the support of her family and the community.
And I wrote it on my way to Rhode Island. We were like going to my brother's hockey tournament, and like I wrote it down, and then we ended up getting my first guitar there because I was like, I have to sing this.
Loubier says her musical inspiration comes from the books she reads and her everyday interactions with friends.
It's like a personal diary, but like you're singing and writing about it.
Bella's mother, Meg, is her proud manager and social media promoter.
She has another single that we are finishing up, and my husband actually plays bass on the track. So January's Frostbite, that single will be released, and Hey Bailey released in February, and we are working on an LP with 8 songs.
The Loubiers are not sure where Bella's music will take her, but they plan to enjoy wherever this journey may lead.
Keep an eye on her, watch and see where she goes and what she does. It's exciting stuff.
In Winslow, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
We'll be watching too. Who knows, maybe a future Taylor Swift type performer there. Kind of neat. All right, the time now is 8:24. Coming up after the break, we'll hear how the severe weather is impacting other parts of the country. It has already caused 9 deaths. And an accused serial killer is now officially accused of killing yet another victim. All the latest as Good Morning Maine continues.
If you think about it, hash browns are the French fries of breakfast.
Who says it's not French fries that are the hash browns of lunch and dinner?
That's also true.
Right now, you can get a savory, melty sausage burrito, crunchy hash browns, or these satisfying breakfast faves. Mix and match any 2 for just $3 at McDonald's.
Family owned and operating in the Bangor area for more than 10 years. Crosby's Welding is here to help you. We specialize in steel, stainless steel, and aluminum welding and fabrication. We serve many of the local industries from Maine lobstermen to the commercial trucking industry and everything in between. Fully mobile on-site construction services right down to custom signs and fire pits. Fast, friendly, reliable service. Give us a call today for a free estimate, 974-7815.
At Warren Financial, your financial goals are our priority. Your financial plan may appear to be all about savings and investing, but in reality, it's about much more. Your life, your family, and your legacy. That's why the financial planner you choose is so important.
Plan your future with Warren Financial. Visit warrenfinancialplan.com or call 573-1825.
Your trusted partner in wealth management.
Excitement comes standard with the Honda Accord, and so does a turbocharged engine. Sophisticated, high-tech, style that enhances functionality. Stand out with the Honda Accord. From Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Contact your Honda dealer today or shop online.
Now to the extreme weather taking a deadly toll from the deep south all the way to the northeast. At least 9 deaths are now blamed on the Arctic conditions. Parts of Tennessee have seen twice their annual snowfall average, and below zero wind chill temperatures are expected again this morning. In the Northeast, 2 weather-related deaths in New Jersey. That region is now bracing for more snow on Friday. But we begin right now in the South. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest.
This morning, the record-setting Arctic blast gripping much of the country has turned deadly in the South. At least 6 people have now died in Tennessee as a result of the extreme conditions. 11 inches of snow falling in Knoxville, wind chills plunging to 15 below zero. In Alabama, ice-covered roads made driving nearly impossible. These cars left stranded after sliding off the road. This tractor-trailer outside Birmingham swerving in all directions before jackknifing into the guardrail. And this truck sliding down a driveway after it was put in park. In Chicago, where it felt like 30 below zero, fires were lit under these train tracks to keep them free of snow and ice. Tesla vehicles were lining up at this charging station in Chicago. Owners say they had trouble charging their batteries in the extreme cold. At least 10 electric cars were reportedly towed from this charging station. In the Rockies, new avalanche warnings in Colorado after a series of deadly snowslides in neighboring states. New video shows the moment Bob Tillotson was rescued from an avalanche in Utah. Rescuers digging through feet of snow, finally saving Tillotson after about 15 minutes. But it appears no one can match Buffalo for snowfall totals. Another 3 feet of lake effect snow is expected by tomorrow night, on top of the 40 inches that forced the Bills game to be postponed over the weekend. Meanwhile, in the nation's capital, fun and games on the National Mall as people enjoyed a rare blast of winter.
It's a lot of fun. I've been waiting a long time.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Got to have some fun. Well, some more bitter cold extends from the Midwest to the deep south this morning, and the Midwest and Northeast could see more snow by this weekend. We will keep you up to date. In fact, right now, let's turn things back over to Devin Biggs to get an idea what the next few days holds for us as far as the forecast is concerned.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Need the proper fit for your new winter footwear? Visit us across from Irving and Newport. Alrighty, this morning we're watching a small crowd advisory that's in effect along the coast lasting till about 4 p.m. As we head towards your Thursday, some active surf along the coast will remain possible though as that area low pressure continues to move away from us. Here's what we're seeing right now. 3 to 8 foot wave heights are being observed according to the buoys just offshore. This is why a small crowd advisory is in effect along the coastline, at least at this time. But moving forward, again, the system is pushing the precipitation away. We had some snow recently. That has since gotten out of here. So now the focus now is going to be turned toward things being quiet the next several days. We'll see a lot of sunshine today. It will be breezy from time to time as well, but the overall pattern finally quieting down. This area low pressure is moving away from us. A whole lot of nothing across the country. You have to look further off towards the western parts of the U.S. for more active weather to take place. So there's a lot of quietness taking place in between that and, of course, some colder weather across the the region as well. Futurecast moving forward for today, we'll see a lot of sunshine out there. That'll be pretty nice. Maybe a few passing clouds from time to time. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky coming up later on tonight. We'll hold on to those for a little bit, but once we head towards Thursday morning, we'll have a lot of sunshine to start. Maybe a few passing clouds during the afternoon period, but those clouds will get out of here again as we head towards Thursday night into parts of Friday morning. Maybe partly cloudy in a few spots. Otherwise, so gusty winds today reaching up around 25 miles per hour at times. Notice though these gusty winds also continue in the parts of tonight as well. They may pick up a little bit more again for tomorrow, reaching up around 25, maybe 30 miles per hour in a few spots. Our average high temperature is 28 degrees. We'll reach for the middle 20s today and tomorrow. We have lower 20s Friday, upper teens Saturday, middle 20s Sunday, then a little bit of a warm up on the way, lower to middle 30s on the way as we head towards Monday and Tuesday of next week. So for today, though, middle 20s, mostly sunny and breezy out there. The northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 10 degrees becoming partly cloudy, and that west wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Moving ahead towards tomorrow, 24 degrees becoming partly cloudy and breezy, and that west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Will be partly cloudy on Friday with highs in the low 20s, upper teens on Saturday with a mostly cloudy sky. We'll see lots of sunshine on Sunday with highs in the mid-20s.
Do you have a wet basement, nasty crawl space, settling foundation, sinking concrete, or clogged gutters? I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems, all things basement-y. For over 30 years, thousands of homeowners throughout Maine and southeastern New Hampshire have trusted TC Hafford. Basement waterproofing, crawl space repair, stabilizing foundations, concrete leveling, and gutter installation. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems for all things basement-y.
10 years from today, Lisa Schneider will become the undisputed leader of a ginormous pack of dogs. Rescue dogs, to be exact. A second act made possible by the career reskilling courses Lisa's already taking now with AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does, so she can finally run with the big dogs and the small dogs who just think they're big dogs. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, depend on the knowledge and experience of Hammond Lumber Company. Hammond's Home Planning Center will turn your ideas into accurate conceptual drawings, and 3D visualization is available. Your Hammond sales rep will prepare a materials list and cost estimate. And when you buy all of your materials from them, Hammond will refund all of your design fees. Hammond can deliver your order from any of their 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner since 1953.
Great Scott! This is Green Bear 420 in 2010. What kind of trip is this? I gotta get back to 2023. Wait, it's 2015. So much has changed. In 2023, we had a lot more glass, t-shirts, and novelties. It's gonna take a bolt of lightning to get me home. Finally, home at last. Now Green Bear 420, Green Bear Green Care is bigger and better than ever. To be continued.
New evidence has been revealed in the case against the suspected Gilgo Beach serial killer in New York, but prosecutors say the investigation isn't over yet. Here's ABC's Andrea Fugii with more.
This morning, the accused serial killer charged with murdering 3 women in New York is now charged with killing a 4th, the victim's daughter speaking publicly for the first time.
While the loss of my mom has been extremely painful for me, the indictment by the grand jury has brought hope for justice for my mom and my family.
Maureen Brainard Barnes went missing in 2007 while working as an escort. Her body was found near 3 other women buried near Gilgo Beach on Long Island, New York. Rex Heuermann was already charged in the deaths of Megan Waterman, Amber Costello, and Melissa Barthélemy. They were known as the Gilgo Four, as their deaths went unsolved for more than a decade.
I remember she read to me every night, and now I can no longer remember the sound of her voice.
Now prosecutors have revealed how they were able to link Heuermann to Brainard Barnes.
The biggest change is the DNA evidence.
They say investigators followed Heuermann's daughter, who was not implicated in any of the killings, and were able to extract her DNA from a discarded drink, which linked Heuermann to the murder.
The hair that was found on Brainard Barnes, it was found on the buckle of the belt that secured her lower body.
But prosecutors say the investigation is far from over. They say they've scoured electronic devices from Huerman's home and office, including 2 burner phones they say he used to contact sex workers as recently as last year, while also searching for porn and for information of the deceased victims. Huerman has pleaded not guilty to all of the charges. 6 other bodies were found near Gilgo Beach. Authorities say it's unclear if Huerman was involved in those unsolved cases. His next court date is February 6th. Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
Well, we turn now to the migrant crisis, which is also a housing crisis in several big cities. The extreme winter weather only adding to the challenges. Rhiannon Alley with that story.
This morning, ABC News' streaming channel, ABC News Live, getting an exclusive look at a New York City migrant shelter that houses mothers and their children seeking asylum.
We're at capacity for everyone.
Christine Quinn, whose organization runs the shelter, says most of those staying here do not qualify for housing benefits or food stamps, making it difficult for them to move out and provide for their families. And now, with the bitter winter cold settling in, many are unprepared.
These families came to us and continue to come with the T-shirt on their back and the flip-flops on their feet. They're not ready for snow. They don't have winter jackets.
New York's governor yesterday requested more than $2 billion to provide housing and health care for the roughly 70,000 migrants currently in the state, many of them sent by bus from Texas.
It's the right thing to do for the migrants and for the city of New York. Continue focusing on securing work authorization and put the migrants and asylum workers to work.
In Illinois, the governor has announced $17 million in new funds for Chicago's suburbs that agreed to house migrants. Hundreds have been sleeping on city buses to keep warm. Many arrived wearing only shorts and T-shirts. Migrant crossings at the U.S. southern border hit a record high last month. Today, President Biden is meeting with congressional leaders, urging them to pass new border security funds, part of a $106 billion funding request that also includes money for the wars in Ukraine and Gaza. As part of that spending plan, Republicans have demanded stricter asylum laws and expanded deportations. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
And still ahead this morning, we'll have all the day's sports news, and the folks from the Challenger Learning Center will be here to tell us about a neat program there. Don't go away.
Discover new opportunities together in a new Chevy. Meet up in an award-winning Equinox. Lend a hand in the Silverado with up to 14 available camera views. Or mix it up in the Trax with an 11-inch diagonal display screen. Find the Chevy that's right for you. Current Chevy owners can get $6,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Or current qualified lessees can get this Silverado for around $389 a month.
When you've experienced fire and smoke damage in your home, when pipes break and you have water everywhere, when you're concerned about your family's health because of mold, you need a friendly face to take care of it all. You need the friendly faces of Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. We're just a click or call away. Whatever life throws at you, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration is here for you. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Wednesday, January 17th, 2024. Let's get right into some history. On this day in history, back in 1911, Norwegian explorer Roald Amundsen became the first man to set foot at the South Pole. That's what I'm trying to say. It was an achievement that broke the heart and spirit of fellow explorer Captain Robert Falcon Scott, who had set out from Britain months before with hopes of winning the race to the South Pole, getting there only to realize somebody else beat him to it. All right, moving on now. In 1913, a chain of businesses known as the Golden Rule Stores were all consolidated into a brand new corporation. The new company was called the J.C. Penney Company, which is still in operation today. In 1929, Popeye the Sailor Man made his first appearance. The one-eyed, spinach-eating sailor was first seen in King Features Thimble Theater comic strips and quickly became the most popular character. In 1953, the Chevy Corvette was presented for the first time at an auto show in New York. In 1991, coalition airstrikes began in Iraq after negotiations failed to get Iraq to retreat following its invasion of Kuwait. In 1997, a court in Ireland granted the first divorce in that Roman Catholic country's history. They had to wait until 1997 to get a divorce there. And in 1998, President Bill Clinton gave his deposition in the Paula Jones sexual harassment lawsuit that he was facing, becoming the first U.S. president to testify as a defendant in a criminal or civil lawsuit. And as we know today, he is not the last person to do so. Today's birthdays include actor and comedian Jim Carrey, who turned 62 years old today. Former First Lady Michelle Obama is 60 years old today. And actress Zooey Deschanel, who I just loved in Elf, well, she turns 44 years old today. Happy birthday to all of them. We also want to wish a very happy birthday to our news director, Susan Farley, who is also celebrating a birthday today. You can catch her at noon on ABC7. And if you run into her today, either here or down on MDI, wish her a happy birthday. All right, let's shift gears again and talk about the weather. It looks like a nice day ahead, keeping our eye on the potential for some more snow in the days ahead, though. Here's Devin with the details.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Need the proper fit for your new winter footwear? Visit us across from Irving and Newport. As we get into things this morning, there's one advisory to talk about here. This right here is a small credit advisory that is posted until about 4 p.m. on Thursday. Some active surf along the coast will be possible as an area low pressure begins to move away from us. But otherwise, though, the radar and satellite has quieted down after the snowfall we saw recently. There's the last few frames of that right there. So for now, we're quieting down, and we'll see a good amount of sunshine across the region today as things begin to calm down. Zooming things out, though, look what's behind this system here that's tracking off towards these. A whole lot of nothing. So that means things will be calm today and the next several days moving forward. Futurecast for today showing a lot of sunshine today. Maybe a few passing clouds. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky tonight, and a lot of sunshine on the way as we head towards Thursday morning as well. Still a little breezy out there from time to time. Some sustained winds reaching up to around 15 miles per hour. Gusty winds up to 25 miles per hour. Also possible today and also through tomorrow as well. So for today, though, here's what we're looking at. Middle 20s, mostly sunny and breezy out there. Northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 10 degrees, becoming partly cloudy, and that west wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, middle 20s, partly cloudy and breezy again, and that west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. That hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing a lot of sunshine, maybe a few clouds from time to time. Temperatures in the 20s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. When we come back, all the day sports news and that special interview with the folks with the Challenger Learning Center. Don't go away.
PDQ Door presents CHI Doors. CHI Doors are tough, dependable, engineered for fit and function. CHI Doors from PDQ Door, Hamden, Rockport, Bath, Waterville, Holton, Presque Isle, and PDQDoor.com.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy-here, pay-here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
My father started a roofing company in the 1970s.
Back when asbestos was still commonly used in Maine.
When George was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew there wasn't a cure yet, but we knew he needed help.
We called Joe Bornstein's office because this family means business.
Their team is handling everything, representing Mainers who were victims of asbestos exposure.
We highly recommend the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
Who's a fake? Let's get it on. And who's the real deal? Right from the start, you were free. All new I Can See Your Voice tonight on Fox.
Are you a local World War II veteran, or do you know a World War II veteran who may be interested in telling and preserving their story for a future broadcast? Call ABC7 at 945-6457, extension 3106, or email us at ww2@wvii.com.
Always standing ready to answer the call to service. Service your garage door. PDQ Door. PDQDoor.com.
Marquette, St. John's, then USC, Arizona State. It all begins Saturday at noon Eastern on Fox.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Wednesday begins a new era for the New England Patriots with new head coach Gerard Mayo being formally introduced at a noontime press conference. And our very own Tyler Cruz is in Foxborough covering it all for us. Let's go to him now. Tyler.
Hey Ryan, like you said, I am here outside of Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. It's been a busy offseason for the Patriots, and tomorrow a new era begins in New England with the introduction of Gerard Mayo as the 15th head coach in franchise history. Mayo was listed as the team's linebacker coach for the past 4 seasons. He was a first-round draft pick by Bill Belichick back in 2008, a multi-time Super Bowl champion with the Patriots as well. He was set to be Belichick's successor. That was written into his contract, but no one expected it to be this quickly. With a 4-13 season, though, that process was expedited, to say the least. We caught up with some fans here at Patriot Place on Tuesday about how they feel about the next chapter for the franchise. Gerard Mayo being introduced tomorrow, do you feel like, he's the right guy for the job? You feel like it's a good move?
Yeah, I feel like it's a good move. He's been with the organization forever.
From what I hear, he's, he'll make a good coach, I think.
Do you feel like it was time to move on from Bill Belichick?
Yeah, for sure. I think, we had a good run with him, and we had a good couple years with him, but it's time to get some new brains out there.
Yeah, we were used to him, but, the only constant thing in life is change.
You think the first thing Mayo should do as the next head coach?
Sign a wide receiver in free agency.
Well, hopefully we will win a lot more championships, and that's what really matters, right?
We will hear from Gerard Mayo and owner Robert Kraft on Wednesday. The introductory press conference is set for 12 noon right here at Gillette Stadium. We'll have live coverage of that at 6 o'clock and all throughout the night on Wednesday. But for now, I will send it back to you in studio from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. I'm Tyler Cruz, ABC 7, Fox 22. Ryan?
Thank you very much, Tyler. How cool is that, folks? Anyhow, let's move to Maine men's hockey. An up-and-down weekend against UConn for the now 8th-ranked Black Bears. A thrilling 5-3 comeback win Friday, and their first loss in 9 games, 2-0 on Saturday. It was the most vulnerable the team has looked in a long while. Black Bears down 2 goals twice on Friday, of course being shut out Saturday. Half of their games left being against ranked Hockey East opponents. This has to be a quick fix. Aside from his goalies needing to make more saves early, head coach Ben Barr says that it all comes down to getting aggressive in front of the net.
We had chances to get to rebounds. We had pucks at the net front. Their goalie made some really good saves to start, and we have to be better on those second, third chances. We're going to have to be able to score those goals. We're not going to score all goals on the rush. We're not going to score all tic-tac-toe goals or power play goals. We have to score some of those greasy goals.
The Black Bears now prepare for a home weekend series against UMass Lowell. The Riverhawks are near the bottom of Hockey East, but that doesn't matter much as all teams in the conference are pretty much good. The team definitely sees this as a sweepable weekend, but don't expect 2 trouncings over at the Alfond.
They have one of the best coaching staffs. Norm is one of the best coaches in the nation, has been for a long time. They never beat themselves. They're really good at the net fronts. They do all the things that we're talking about we need to get better at. I expect both the games to be very similar to this past weekend.
You always know what you're going to get from Lowell. They're going to be a simple, hard-nosed team. They're going to be hard to play against. Their record doesn't really matter. They're going to bring it, and we got to be ready.
All right, now let's hit the hardwood. The only game involving an area team Tuesday night because of that snow. Husson men's basketball playing Colby College down in Waterville. Eagles trying to avoid losing 2 games in a row here. Let's go early second half. Eagles with the lead. Quick pass inside here to Jeremy Maranta. Right to Jared Balzer, who hammers it home with the right hand. Let's go all the way to 3:30 to go. Just a 2-point lead for Husson. Colby's Max Poulton pulls up right in Andre McCauley's face and buries the tray. That's the Mules' first lead since the first half. A minute later, 78-77 Colby. Husson's Riles Neff with it. He takes it all the way to the hole to retake the lead. Under 20 seconds to go, 81-80 Husson. Colby's Marcus Montiel does the same with some sweet moves off the glass for the lead. The Mules get a stop on the other end, and Colby takes this one home 82-81. And finally, some awesome news out of Lewiston. The first annual Lewiston Strong Winter Classic is set for this Friday night, 7 p.m. at the Lewiston Coliseum. The Lewiston Police Department will be facing off against the Boston Fire Department, with all proceeds benefiting the victims' families affected by the tragedy in October. Admission is free, but for every $5 fans spend, they will get one raffle ticket with some fantastic sports artifacts being offered, including a Jeremy Swayman jersey and signed Pittsburgh Penguin items from Mainer Brian Dumoulin. Officials are hoping to accomplish two things: hope and healing.
It's really just so many different aspects that are coming into this game that, we're trying to really just give back to the community, but our local first responders as well coming in and hopefully bringing a smile to their face.
That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
There are some things that work better together. Like your workplace benefits and retirement savings.
Presentation looks great.
Thanks. Voya provides tools that help you make the right investment and benefit choices so you can reach today's financial goals. That one. And look forward to a more confident future.
That is one dynamic duo. Voya. Well planned, well invested, well protected.
Bob's Discount Furniture is doubling down on new with my signature mattress. Temperature regulating threads, Bobapedic memory foam for pressure relief in 3 feels. When you can have a new year for less, there's only one thing to say.
Oh my Bob!
Give me one good reason why I should call the Twos.
How about 3 great reasons you should call us? 1, we make it easy. 2, there's no upfront cost. Read the results. Call the Twos. We win for you.
22.
Hyundai Palisade. Lease an all-wheel drive Palisade for only $379 a month. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, we're very excited to have our friends from the Challenger Learning Center joining us this morning to tell us about a neat program they have going on there. We have Preston Lee, who is an intern working over at the center. You're also a student at Colby College. And Jennifer Nash, you are the STEM educator over at the Challenger Learning Center. Thanks for joining us, first of all.
Thank you.
Let's start with you. You want to tell us about this project? It really has to do with kind of recording people's memories as far as space exploration,
right?
So that other people can enjoy it in generations to come.
Yes, so the Challenger Center is based on, the day of the Challenger explosion, and so every year on the anniversary of that, we have a day of remembrance. And so as part of the day of remembrance, we thought it would be a good idea to record people's memories, because all of us have a memory of, watching maybe the first steps on the moon, or or seeing the unfortunate Challenger explosion. And people just have all kinds of different memories centered around space, and we thought it would be a neat idea to record those, to have them for future generations to listen to, and to be able to have them for future, just to have in a library to use for educational purposes or whatever reason.
Yeah, 50 or 100 years from now, somebody might be studying space travel or something and come across this, and we'll get our witness accounts. It's kind of similar to what we've been doing with veterans around here, been trying to record their stories. And this was your idea, wasn't it, Preston? Somebody was giving you credit for it.
Yeah, so I've been working with Jen and my boss, Kirsten. It's just been like this very ambitious project. They wanted to they planned something similar around this like a year ago, but this year I came in and just kind of helped head the project and like finally make it come to fruition. But yeah, it's been super cool. just reaching out to the local Maine community, kind of connecting families and local people through their experiences with space, which is something that everyone knows about. But I feel like most people aren't as like cognizant and think about it every day.
Right.
So yeah, with the Day of Remembrance that NASA holds, we kind of have this week of remembrance in which we want people to just come in, share their most special memories, and then kind of connect through that.
Right.
So,
How does it work? You just want people to show up, or do they sign up for this, or what?
Yeah, so starting the week of the 22nd to the 26th, which the Day of Remembrance is that week, we're having people come into the Challenger Learning Center in Bangor on site. For like a quick 10, 15-minute interview. They can come by themselves or with their family and just basically tell their story. It could be anything from watching the Challenger disaster happen like on TV however many years ago, or learning about constellations with your family and how those memories have kind of unfolded and kind of shaped their perspective.
It's all our memories collectively kind of paints the picture, tells the story.
Yeah,
and any story. If it's something significant to you, we would like to record it. And any age. It doesn't have to be, 8 to 80.
Pretty neat. And there's a website you can go to, I understand, if they want to get more information? Do you remember what that website is? I think I have it in here.
Astronaut.org.
Okay, you do remember it. Good deal. All right, we'll post that with our website as well. This is just really neat. One of the many programs they have at the Challenger Learning Center coming up.
Yes, we would love to have you come visit us.
Yeah, no, it's a really cool week. Means a lot to a lot of people. So yeah, we're super excited to get it off the ground.
All right. Well,
yes, we are.
Guys, thank you so much for coming in today. We'll have to go do a story on this too. I want to hear what some of the local memories are. What are you going to do with these, by the way? You're just going to put them in a database somewhere?
We are using equipment from the Bangor Public Library, and which we truly appreciate their services, and we will.
Yeah, so we're basically going to archive them with the help from the Bangor Library. Basically just kind of holding it as a memento to how people feel like nowadays, and then like also for the young people who will be the future leaders and scientists and innovators of the next generation, just to kind of look back and then kind of foster this appreciation for outer space.
Very neat. You got to hang on to these little pieces of history, otherwise
they get lost.
They go away.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you both for coming in. We'll help you spread the word, and we'll post this on our website later on so you can share it and hopefully get some more people out there responding to you.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
You're welcome. You come back anytime you want. Another real quick check of that forecast. It looks like a nice day ahead today. We can expect mostly sunny conditions. It will be breezy with highs near 25. Tonight, partly cloudy with lows dropping down to around 10. Tomorrow, a partly cloudy day. It will also be breezy with highs near 24. We'll be right back.
Fishing trip hit a snag? Won't stop us. In a Nissan SUV, adventure begins where the road ends.
Drive a Nissan SUV. Get 1.9% financing for 60 months on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
I'm sorry. I cannot let you in here.
The only thing that should be in a baby crib is a baby. Letting a baby sleep with blankets and toys can be dangerous. Learn how safe sleeping practices can save your baby's life at safesleepforme.org.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
Your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Here's this week's featured deal.
Great things are always cooking at the Ground. New menu, new specials with an amazing variety of choices for every taste. Good times, great service, and amazing food. Only at your locally owned Ground, Audlin Road, Bangor.
On sale Thursday at 9 a.m. A limited supply available half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Fishing trip hit a snag? Won't stop us. In a Nissan SUV, adventure begins where the road ends.
Drive a Nissan SUV. Get 1.9% financing for 60 months on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
Not everybody Everybody was excited to see the snow that arrived yesterday, but here's some video of a creature that really looked like he was having some fun. Or she, I don't know. Video from Lebanon, Tennessee shows an otter playing in the snow after a blizzard on Sunday night. The critter's excitement was all caught on surveillance video, showing it rolling around, catching some snowflakes, and also scurrying through the flurries. This video comes, as we heard earlier, multiple states experiencing winter storm and snowy conditions. The otter not minding at all, though. We hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining us.